I realized that it is important to be bored and it is fine to be bored. If you are feeling bored, you can create other things. And that's how I came up with the idea to create content or start a YouTube channel, you know. So reading literally has changed my life.
Hey, hi Roshan, how have you been?
Hi, Rupal. Yeah, it's been a good Sunday so far. I'm really looking forward to this session. And of course, whenever somebody asks me this question, let's talk about reading, I feel like a man with no life. He's always reading, he's always reading. But yeah, it's a good topic to discuss, and I'm always ready.
Absolutely, I feel when you said that a man with no life, I feel a man with many lives. Because when you read, you
Yes, yes.
actually indulge into a lot of characters, you get to know a lot of characters, you get to know a lot of lives,
Mhm.
and you are living them every single day. Okay,
True,
so I
true.
feel when you read, you live other lives as well. So I'm so jealous of
Mhm.
you that you can read so much. I envy you.
Yeah, yeah. Just have a no life, like a personality with no life. You will enjoy reading. I mean, yes, I have a social life, but the thing is that reading and consuming media makes me feel so good that I always prefer staying in my room over hanging out with somebody. Like if I can do that. So that helps, having or being introvert helps. But yeah, I manage. If somebody is inviting me, I go out. Otherwise, being home, just being bored, reading really helps.
So does something like this happen whenever someone invites you and you're like, why have they even invited me? It
Sometimes,
happens with me.
sometimes.
Yes, exactly. It happens with me as well. Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
so great to hear. So let's start right from the beginning. When did you actually start reading, and
Yeah.
who or what got you into books in the first place?
Mhm. So, just to give you a bit context, I come from a family where nobody is educated. Like, my father hasn't gone to school, my mother hasn't gone to school, but my grandfather knew how to read, so he was always reading magazines, newspapers. And as a kid, I was always fascinated by him because he was my company, like he always gave me money. So, I was always with Dada, like, let's go somewhere, let's go somewhere. So, he always carried those magazines with him. So, even I read those. They were not for adults. Like he used to read a thing called Champak and Balhans, which were actually kids magazines. So I started reading very early, like not particularly novels, but I was introduced to Champak and Balhans, Nanhe Samrat, and there were a lot Chacha Chaudhary. These were comics. So I was introduced to these things very early, and then once I got the access to internet, I stopped reading for a few years because I was always on social media watching YouTube. But because of the internet, I was reintroduced to comics. I started reading a lot of comics. I would say too many at the same time. And I started with manga, that is basically Japanese comics, and that's how I got back into reading. And when I was in class 11th, I read my first ever novel, which was The Alchemist. So I would say first it was because of my grandpa, and then because of the internet. That's how I was introduced to it.
So, every reader I talk to, there is one thing
Hmm.
in common that they tell me that someone
Hmm.
was there who was reading in their family, or
Yeah.
maybe someone who was reading around them. So, what I
Correct.
feel is what we can conclude is that reading is something that comes when you see people reading and when they
Yeah.
inspire you, you know, deliberately or maybe unintentionally. I so feel this it
Hmm.
happens, right? And you made me
100%.
nostalgic when you talked about those kids' book. Okay. And like,
Hmm.
Chacha Chaudhary, if you know,
Yeah.
oh my God, we have seen it, we have read it. That was
Hmm.
our era. It's still our era, but
Yeah.
that was our era.
Yes. I
Actually,
don't think a lot of people know about these magazines and these comic books, but they were really popular. And
absolutely.
company is very important. I remember my friend. He was from a good family background, and he had a good family background. Like they were rich enough to have all these books, all these comic books. Comic books were really costly back in the day. Still they
Of
are,
course, they
but
still they are.
hmm. So when I was like 7, 8 years old, his brother was 15 and 16. His brother, my friend's brother. So he had a huge collection of all these comics. So I would always go to his house, get the books, get CDs. So had great friends. And my dada was also there. So of course, company is important.
I am so impressed that you have even read manga. Which was the
Hmm.
first one? Did you read?
Uh, I Like I started reading mangas when I was in class 11. But earlier I used to read American comics, but they were dubbed in Hindi, dubbed in Hindi. And there was another Indian version, I would say Naga Arjun, Dogo, if I
Mm,
remember correctly the names, Chacha Chaudhary. So these were things I was introduced to, like
okay.
10 years old, 11 years old, when I was in, class 3, 4. But talking about manga, I have read a lot of things, but I started reading with Noragami, which used to be my favorite anime. And there are only two seasons, so I wanted to know what happens next. So I continued reading that, Noragami.
And what is the latest, like, what would be the latest? No, I'm not sure. Okay. What is the latest
Hmm.
anime you have watched?
See, these days I am avoiding watching anything, but
Okay.
I am a big rewatcher. So maybe it's being feeling of nostalgia, or I don't know. I just want to rewatch a lot of things. So recently I rewatched Attack on Titan. And if talking
Oh,
about something
one
new,
of the best.
last time last time I watched Ping Pong animation. Something
Okay.
new. Ping Pong animation, which is I'm a big sports anime guy. So if there is a sports anime, I'm always ready for that. So
Haikyuu?
the animation is very beautiful. Yeah, yeah, that's my all-time favorite. Thank you. But Ping Pong animation has a unique story, and it's about ping pong. What do we call it? Table tennis.
Okay,
So
table
the story is
tennis.
really yeah.
Okay, okay.
So
I
these
have
are
not
two things
watched
about.
it, but maybe after
Mhm.
your recommendation, I might plan to watch it. And
Yeah, it's
that's
it's funny.
nice. Yes, yes,
It's
please.
really funny. I'm
Is it
saying that
funny?
it's really funny. Yeah, and the animation style is very unique. I don't know the creator's name, but his storytelling is very quirky. Like
Okay.
you don't expect that. But yeah, I love that kind of humor. You should check it out.
Exactly, exactly. Some Japanese series are really witty and quirky as well, and
Yeah.
I love it. I just say when we talk about Studio Ghibli, that is one thing
Yeah,
I can rewatch again and again and again because it gives me
exactly.
such I'll say such a feeling of tranquility that you can keep watching it. Wow, this is so beautiful. My life is so beautiful. What
True,
are
true.
people doing actually? They're just living in a village and having the best time of their lives. And
Yeah,
and I so feel sometimes when what I feel is that reading slowly changes the way you see the world.
correct.
Okay, your
Correct.
outlook, your approach, and how you see people. So I feel that when I started reading, I don't know if it has certainly helped me. But yes, I feel that I have become a better listener. Books actually, because books teach you patience. They are listening to you
Yeah.
all the time.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
that is how you learn patience with books, and they certainly
Hmm.
help you to become a good listener as well.
100%.
So, yes, do you really feel that reading can make people empathetic, or reading can even make people a better listener and more kind towards other people?
Exactly. I'm speaking from my personal experience that I was a very brat kind of kid. I was not a good listener. I never listened to my parents. I was a troublemaker in simple words. Like they were always complaining, and people complained about me. But after class 11th, I saw a lot of changes in me. Maybe I was a teenager. That was one of the reason. But again, when I started reading, I understood what other people go through. I became more kinder, I would say.
Okay, that's interesting. But how do you get so much of time? Like, how do you usually make time for reading? Like, do you read in the morning? Do you have a routine?
Mm.
Or you just pick a book whenever you get time?
Yeah, so see, like this is a problem I think a lot of people face, that I don't have time. But I started reading just to reduce my screen time, So instead of touching my phone or scrolling, I pick a book. And I'm reading multiple books at the same time. Sometimes it is just where I can read, even if I want to doom scroll, but instead I can just read a fictional book. So that's how I have, managed so far, or I manage my time. Instead of just scrolling mindlessly, I pick up a fantasy book, I read that, and if I'm looking for something, intellectual or something heavy, language wise, then I find some time, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on my desk. Otherwise, I can read anywhere, in bus stops, in the bus, in a train. I can read anywhere I want to. So
I
it
have seen
depends.
you reading everywhere, I guess. I have
Yeah.
seen you reading on a train, on a bus,
Mm.
everywhere. I have never seen you reading in a car though. But yes, on a
I
bus,
couldn't.
on a train, I have seen you.
I don't have a car, guys, and
And
also
why
I
do you,
couldn't record.
why do these, cop are behind you? Like, why are they searching for you? 11 मुल्कों की
I
पुलिस
didn't
तुम्हें
have a
क्यों ढूंढ
ticket.
रही है?
I was traveling without a ticket, and on top of that, I was recording it. So it was fine. I think I shared this story. I've said it like three, four times. I'll just summarize it. I was going to watch a movie that day, and the train had almost started. So when I went to the station, there was no time to get a ticket. So I have said that in the video that if anybody catches me, TT, of course, I'll pay the fine. And guess what happened? Just after 2 minutes, two cops came and they were like, dude, stop recording that and let's go to the TT. So somehow I got out of the situation, but they only let me go because I had a book in my hand and I wasn't doing something like usually people do in the train, recording vlogs or things like that. So I think book also saved me, but it also got me in trouble that day.
Wow. But then see, I never knew books can help you this way as well. I mean, I'll always carry a book with myself now.
Yes,
Though
yes.
I always do, even if I cannot read all the time, I always carry a book.
Mhm.
Because let me, be very honest. I am someone whose attention span is just like a goldfish. Okay. So very short attention span. So I cannot read
Mhm.
more than 5 minutes. I'll just sit, I'll read, and I'll have to take a walk after 5 minutes, or I'll start feeling dizzy, or I'll have to sleep. Okay, now I'm bored. Maybe I have not even
Mhm.
found the right book for myself, I feel.
Yeah,
Though I read,
that's true.
but I am not someone who is an avid reader like you, who is reading
Yeah.
regularly. Okay, so when it comes to avid reader, what kind of books do you read? And before coming to the books part, I want to know, like, how do you read? A hard copy, an ebook, Kindle? How do you actually read audiobooks?
See, I need something in my hand. Like phone will not do because that's the problem. I want to get rid of that goddamn thing. So I don't want to read on that. So now I only prefer reading a physical copy, paperbacks of course. But there is a thing called mass market paperback. They are very compact. Like size wise, you can even though the books look bulky, but they are very compact. So right now I have good eyes. I don't need glasses, so I'm able to read that. So, and recently I have started listening to audiobooks also, especially when I run. Earlier I used to listen loud music, but I have replaced it with audiobooks and very light ones. It's not that something heavy you have to pay attention. So what I'm reading right now, I listen same thing when I'm running. So these two things I'm doing. Physical copy and audiobooks.
How do you even do that? Like, I have tried it. So I went for
Mm-hmm.
a walk and I thought I'll just listen to a book I have been planning to. And I started
Mm-hmm.
doing it. And after 5 minutes, I realized that I cannot listen to it because I'm not being able to pay attention, like I told you. I have very short,
Mm-hmm.
like attention span. So I started
Yeah.
reading and I had to, like, get rid of it. No, I cannot read. I'll run first, then I'll go home,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll read. Okay, so reading and
No.
running, I cannot do it together. Or reading and walking, I cannot do it together. I have to sit somewhere, calmly, then only I can read.
See, Rupal, you should find something which you are interested in. Don't go after self-help books or some popular books.
Mm,
Find what you liked during your childhood. Read that. For example, I loved Harry Potter movies. So I
wonderful.
started reading that series. And
Okay.
that helped. It got me into reading. I got into the habit of sitting down or reading. And talking about audiobooks, I listen to the things which I'm already reading. So let's say at the moment I'm reading this series called Mistborn Trilogy. Mistborn Trilogy. So I'm in the second book. So let's say I know I'm already into the story. I'm interested in that. So when I'm listening to audiobook, I'm covering some 5 pages in 30 minutes, 5 pages, 10 pages. So that's another motivation for me that I know what is happening in the story and it also depends what kind of audiobook that is because the sound matters, the voice actors matters, and I always choose the original ones because they have put a lot of effort. So if you are able to find good audiobooks, then it can help you. And talking about concentration, again choose something which you are interested in. You'll find yourself starting enjoying that.
So this, I guess, this is a tip for everyone out there listening, because
Yeah.
if someone tells me that what to do, I cannot read or I cannot make myself read. So I really feel
Hmm.
that they need to stop forcing them to read something they have seen on the internet, or maybe
Yes.
something that is hyped, or maybe that is not resonating with their interest. Because I feel until
Correct.
unless you do not feel intrigued by the book, or you do not
Hmm.
feel interested in the book, it will not actually help you.
100%. It will
Even if
not.
you read it, even if you read it, ultimately you will forget everything, because
Yes.
you were not even got them interested in the first place. Okay, so
Correct.
I feel
And
I have done this because I saw a few hyped books on the internet and I felt, why not read them? I also want to sound cool, I also want to look cool, because people do it and I accept it, I have done it
yes.
as well. But then I
Hmm.
realized that they are not even helping me. I cannot find myself interested in that book. Why I am actually
Hmm.
dragging myself through it?
Yes. And you don't have to be so harsh on yourself that I have to finish this book or I have to read this. See, first find out why do you want to read. In my case, it is entertainment, getting rid of my phone, and third, improving my English. So I have three, strong reasons to read. Find your reasons. Even if you are able to find two, they will motivate you. And for our audience, I think the purpose is to improve their English. So guys, return to your childhood, find something you enjoyed, and go on the internet, take help of ChatGPT, share your story, and it will recommend good things. Or you guys can comment on this video, I'll reply whatever you liked during your childhood, and if I am familiar with that, I'll give you guys some recommendation.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a nice point. Yes. And I so feel that it is very, very important to know your niche. Okay, what kind of books do you
Yes.
want to read? And of course, that is
Mhm.
also very important, that do not run after every book and do not pressurize yourself. Okay, I have to read this book today. I have to complete this book in 5 days. If you can't, it's okay. Enjoy your reading journey, I
Yes.
mean, right?
Hmm.
So
True.
do you also take notes and highlight things? Because I do
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
that.
as a child, I thought that I have to keep my books very clean. But when I was like 12, 13 years old, I thought, no, I have to color everything. I have to write whatever I want to. So that habit has been with me since I was a kid, like after 12 or 13. So I write down, like in fictional books, there is not much to write. I just underline the words or the lines which I resonate with, or I find that I could use later on. Or is the best part about reading fiction is that there are just so many lines that you can relate with. The characters are saying, and also the kind of content I create. I have been trying to, highlight words which I can teach, but they are just highlights. I have never done that. But hopefully, I have a better machine. I'm in a better room. So, a new kind, a new way to create content. New idea, I would say.
Wow, wow, that's something interesting. Okay, I have this one question from you. What is that one
Hmm.
lesson that that reading has taught you? Not from
Hmm.
some particular book or some very, famous book. I'm not talking about that,
Hmm.
but that one lesson that you have somehow inculcated as a habit in
Hmm.
yourself
Hmm.
because you read
Yeah.
it and that
Yes.
made your life so much better.
I think simply I have come up. I have accepted that it's fine to be bored. Earlier I was always restless, but I think just reading continuously and getting to know a lot of characters, a lot of writing style, I realized that it is important to be bored and it is fine to be bored. If you are feeling bored, you can create other things. And that's how I came up with the idea to create content or start a YouTube channel, you know. So reading literally has changed my life.
Wow, wow. Actually, this is something I should actually look forward to, because allow yourself to be bored, allow yourself to have that
Mm.
monotonous life. Not
Yes,
everybody is having adventures in their life, and not everybody
mhm.
is living the life they're showing on the internet. So,
Correct.
yes, exactly. This is something
Mm.
I'll follow from today itself now. Okay, because
You
I have
should.
been
You
someone.
know what? And also, like when I consume media, I'm always looking for. I'm a kind of person who can watch really slow things. My friends are like, "What are you watching?" I can't. I fall asleep watching that. But because I'm, I'm fine with being bored. I can watch slow things. I can read slow books. So you should try. It is good for you. It is good for with your attention span. It will definitely help.
I'll tell you, if you have read the book, The Four Agreements, and if you even know
For
about it. Yes, there is a book.
No, no.
I'll okay. You can. That's a great book. Okay. So that one book has taught me something, that never take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. And that has
Yeah.
really helped me. I was someone who used to take a lot of things personally because I am such a sensitive girly that I get hurt with the smallest things possible. Okay, so after reading that book, I realized that I do not have to take everything personally, whatever people are saying, and even if a group is standing there, and maybe I was just always so anxious, and maybe I always thought of people that when I went out and four people are standing, I even don't know, they don't know me, and they're talking
Yeah.
about me. Why would they talk about me? They don't know me. But
Yes,
this
yes.
happens. This happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we are insecure when we are young, but it also changes when you grow up, you
Exactly,
know.
it has.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of how many books you are reading, when you are young, you feel insecure what your other group of friends are talking. And if you're not in that group, you want to know what the conversation is about. So it's natural
Exactly.
like this.
There is a kind of effect called spotlight effect, where you think that people are always talking about you, people are always thinking about you, people have their views and opinions, and people are
Mhm.
thinking about you, what you are doing. And this
Yeah.
is completely opposite. People are struggling with their own things. They don't even care who are
True.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the spotlight effects tell us, if I'm not
and
wrong.
Uh, you are correct. I don't know about the term, but you know what? I We are creating content. You mentioned that not taking anything personally or everything personally. So on the internet, you'll get thousands of comments like that. Especially you have been doing it for a long time. People will say things about everything, even if it is good, even if it is bad. So you need to learn to detach yourself, not just in real
Even
life, but
even
on the
even
internet
if you
too.
are even if you are drinking water.
Yeah.
I know people calling
True.
me out. Why do you drink water? Because I need it, bhai.
You'll get cancelled one
Simple.
day for drinking water.
Okay, wonderful. So my last, I know I have taken a lot of your time. So my last, but not the least question would
Mm,
be, recommend any two or three books that people can start with. I know, you cannot
mm,
actually recommend fantasies or fictional books because this is something
mm,
very subjective.
mm,
Something as a fictional which you like might not be liked by someone else, but something
correct.
which is a self-help book, or because people have different thoughts and different sets of belief, so they
Yeah.
might not
Mm,
believe in the books you will recommend them, but something, a
mm.
self-help book that is not overhyped, but something that genuinely help people.
Guys, I don't really read self-help,
I
but
know.
there is a guy called David Goggins. I
Hmm.
have read his book, his biography, and he made me started running. Because of him, I run every day. He's an American guy, and his lifestyle was full of trouble, a lot of difficulties he had. And that inspired me, take that action, start creating something, learn. And that's what I did. I always considered myself a slow learner, but when I got to know his story, he was even slower than me, but he see where he is now. So I got in a lot of inspiration. That book is, I don't remember the name exactly, but it is written by David Goggins, the first book, autobiography.
David Goggins, right?
Yeah, David Goggins.
Okay, wonderful. I might give it a read, I feel, because I really need to get out of my bed and run because I have been walking these days. I have started
Yeah.
walking because I had some health
Mhm.
issues. I have shared a video as well, and I have taken up a challenge as well. And I'm not even focusing on anything else. I'm just focusing on my health these days.
I
Walking,
think
eating
you
protein.
know what sorry to interrupt you. Like, read the audiobook version of this. Listen to
Okay.
that. I think David himself has narrated that. He has a great voice.
Wow.
I'm not sure,
Where can I
but you
find
might
it?
check that out. If you can, I think Audible or maybe some other. I'll find it out and share with you. I'll share the
Okay,
link.
no problem.
Otherwise, you can torrent it. Like, if you are a pirate, you can torrent it also. But I don't recommend it, guys.
Yeah,
pay
exactly.
pay for that.
Yeah, we should actually not, because these authors have been putting all their efforts and hard work into that book, and then these pirated books. Though sometimes even I buy pirated books because sometimes we just can't afford, you know.
True,
Certain books
true.
are really costly, and we
Yeah.
can't, so we have to do it that way. But I'm sorry to the authors. Okay. So if your life right now were a book title, what would it be?
I want title. I don't want to give it any title. But yeah, I want. See, I'll answer this way. There is this character Kaladin, not Aladdin. So when I was reading this series, Stormlight Archive, I felt like I was reading my life. Especially whenever the POV of that character came, Kaladin. I don't. He is so inspiring. I could relate with him to a certain level that at 3 a.m. I think about his story. I think about my story. So one character, Kaladin. I know different answer, but I don't have any answer for your question. So that's why I answer it this way.
No problem, no problem. That works, completely works, but still work in progress. And I really like that this one thing about reading, that reading doesn't give you answers. It, gives you awareness. Okay.
Correct.
And once you
Hmm.
start reading, like I talked, in the initial stage only, once you start reading, you will find a lot of changes in your behavior, in your personality,
Hmm.
in the way you
Yeah.
communicate, in the way you think. Okay. So I want
True.
everyone, I'm not saying read a lot. Okay. But whenever you get time, and you think you have nothing to do, just read. Okay, you
Yes.
can read anything. Find yourself some good books, but just read it. Read something which can actually help you. And I'm not
Yeah.
just talking about self-help book. Fictional books are great as well.
True. True.
Anything
Read
that you
fiction,
like.
guys. Read fiction.
Exactly.
Stop reading self-help.
All the time.
Stop reading. Don't read self-help. Start reading non-fiction and fiction. You'll feel great about yourself. You will learn a lot of things. And these books will not tell you start running in the morning or start making your bed. I know these are practical things, but we don't follow these advices, do we? So read something entertaining. You'll get it once you
Even if
start reading.
someone is advising you to do certain things, until unless you don't have intrinsic motivation, you won't do it. Okay.
Correct.
Even if certain people are telling me make your bed, if I do not want to make my bed, I will not do it. It will be
Yes,
cluttered
yes.
every day. I'll find my room cluttered every day. I did it because I
True.
wanted to do it. So these books will, and you will not even notice if anyone
Hmm.
watching this video just starts with one good book, something that can really speak to them. It can
Yeah.
truly, truly change the way they think, they behave, they dream. I so
Hmm.
believe this. Okay.
100%.
And of course, this was such an, and one thing I want to add before I conclude, if any one of you want to recommend any great book, good book that one should read, or Roshan or I should read, please drop it in the comment section. Okay.
100.
So we would
Sure.
love to have it. We will have a collection of books so that other people can also read them.
Yes, yes, guys, make sure to drop down your favorite books or
Yes.
you think that everyone should read at least one time.
Thank you so much because you came here, and I'm so delighted because it was a long time we had a meaningful chit chat, and we have been planning it. But now you are here and we had such a great time. I'm so obliged. Thank you so much.
Likewise, had a great time, Rupal. See you.
Okay, okay, Roshan, bye bye. Take care.